sponsors.
Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers, brothers and sisters. You have come yet again to another show of Think About It with your host Joshua Salaam, brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. Check them out. Hey, we got a nice show lined up for you today. One of my teachers, one of my mentors. It's going to be great. So don't turn the station. Don't go to a different website. Stay right here, and we will be right back with Think About It. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Yes, once again, you are back. I'm still wearing this orange shirt to let you know that this is brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. I'm your host, Joshua Salaam, of the show Think About It. And man, you gotta be prepared for this episode, right? This episode is gonna be deep. It's gonna be well thought out. I'm bringing in a Muslim professor to kind of talk to you about something very important. And what that is female scholarship, right? Because, I have two books in my hand, and both of these books are the Quran, okay? Now, this first one is traditional, I would say. It's translated by Abdullah Yusuf Ali, right? Everybody probably has one of those. You should get one if you don't have it. And this one here, with all the flowers on it, mashallah, look at that side. This is translated by Layla Bakhtiyar, right? Now, it is the first Quran that I have found translated by a female. And when I found that out, it really stood out to me like, man, like all the female scholars that have existed from the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessings be on him, up until now, 2018, I only found, there might be more, but I'm just saying myself, I've only found one Quran translated by a female. And then, I've, grown up and gone to conferences. I'm not going to mention the name of this organization, but there was a major Muslim organization in the United States when I was growing up that they did not allow female speakers years ago. And then later on, they started allowing female speakers and things like that because there was this opinion that the woman's voice was outer and they didn't want them up in front on the stage talking to people. And so a lot of females have to kind of overcome this to get into scholarship. And I tell you what, this is what I think. I think that the Muslim community is in desperate need of it. And I think that we need to do more to support female scholarship. We need to do more to respect female scholarship. And we need more Qur'ans translated by females. We need more women giving us their interpretation of fiqh issues and seerah issues, because it's 2018 and we're still dealing with a lot of I would say almost like oppression to some degree, definitely ostracizing the voice of females. And so the scholar that I'm bringing you today is Dr. Zainab Alwani. And in our neighborhood in Northern Virginia, she is known to be a powerhouse scholar. You probably this episode, you might not get a really good feel for how deep that she normally goes into the Quran and all about it. But I tell you, if you go to her classes and you study with her, it is like, oh my God, my wife and others, myself have taken classes with her, and it's just life-changing. It's really life-changing. So what I'm about to do is, I'm gonna get changed up. I'm gonna put on a different shirt. Got to get ready for this special guest, and I'm gonna bring in Dr. Zainab Alwani with you guys. Now, please be paying attention because she's just so special that you might miss something if you're not paying attention to her words. So I'm asking you guys in my monologue, I'm going to shorten my monologue. Normally I do like 10 minutes. Used to do 15 minutes. I've even shortened it to 10, but today I'm only doing 5 minutes to let you guys know I'm spending a lot of time with Dr. Zainab Alwani to get her voice to you, to the audience. I feel like it's very important. I feel like it's very special. And since some of you are in lands that you may not be able to take a class with her, hopefully this show will give you a little bit of extra time to meet my special guest. So let's get ready. Without further ado, we're going to take a short break and come right back to Think About It. I'm your host, Joshua Salaam. We're bringing on a special guest, Dr. Zainab Alwani, to think about it today. Thank you, Penny Appeal, for making it all happen. We'll be right back.
Penny Appeal USA is really just an idea that manifested itself into an organization. We wanted to spearhead the next generation of humanitarian organizations to focus on true sustainability, transparency, and innovation. And though we're only a year old, we think we're well on our way to accomplishing that. People told us that what we were doing would never work. Put computers in low-income school districts? No one's going to support that. Develop an app that places social services at the fingertips of refugees, undocumented immigrants, and working-class families? You guys are crazy. And perhaps we were, but at each point, we knew that our supporters, folks like you, would be there. Whether you've supported us in the past or not, we hope you'll join us on our mission to end cyclical poverty, one sustainable program at a time.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome to Think About It with Joshua Salaam. We're back, just like I told you, and we have the wonderful guest, Dr. Zainab Alwani. I'm not going to eat up any of her time, just going to introduce her. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Zainab, how are you?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah.
Now, you know, I want to start by saying a lot of people don't know that you still sit, or you used to, or you maybe still do sit on the Fit Council of North America? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. So all those people out there that used to think that that was just some statement, those people don't really exist. Here is a real person from the Fit Council of North America. And one of the things that you guys do is help us decide when Ramadan's going to be, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we talked about on the previous show as far as calculation versus citing, things like that. So I won't ask you now, but maybe towards the end, if we have some time, you can.
But did you read the statement?
Did I read the statement?
There is a letter with the scholars, so we try to really have all the scholars to make sure about the community and how much we care about the community and the confusions that happens this year. We need to not only to apologize for our communities and people, but also to make them understand the complexity of this situation. So I work with my colleagues and ask them to have a letter.
How many people on the Fit Council?
It's about 18.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know it was that
about
big.
18. Yeah.
Okay.
But that letter, it wasn't only about the Fiqh Council. It was really towards bringing all the councils in America, Muslim councils and scholars and other organizations, to make sure that that kind of confusion will not be repeated next year or next
You
Ramadan.
think
I hope so. That letter, it's just because it broke my heart watching all people are discussing this is Ramadan Wednesday or Thursday.
But I thought we do that every year.
Not every year, because according to calculation and scientific statements that we have with some of the scholars, it seems like sometimes every 2 or 3 years. Other 1 year it will be difficult because it will not, the citation will be very difficult in the East.
I see.
And that's why it creates all these problems.
Okay.
But there is a scholarly discussions.
Okay. And now where could one get that letter? How could we
It's on Muslim Matters. So
Muslim Matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go there and see.
So everybody out there, go to muslimmatters.com.
Yes.
.com?
I don't know.
Yeah. Go to Muslim Matters, look for that letter, and then give us your feedback. We might have to bring her back on the show to talk about specifically that. But what you also may not know is Dr. Zainab Alwani also started a Islamic Studies program at Howard University. I found out 7 years ago, almost 7 years ago. And what do you hope to like, how did that start? Did somebody from Howard call you, or did you send them a proposal, or how did it start?
It was very interesting. I used to teach in different universities. One of them, Johns Hopkins, and the other one, it was Wesley Theological Seminary in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So while I was teaching there, one of my students, who's African American and who studied in Howard, so he came to me and he said, there is a new position in Islamic Studies, and I hope that you will be there for our students in the School of Divinity. So why don't you apply? So I went there, and I noticed that, yeah, I can apply. So I did. And then after a while, I got the phone call and emails and all this inviting me to go there.
Now that tells me the importance of individual people. Like that person that was in her class at Johns Hopkins?
It was Wesley.
At Wesley University. Just a young African-American student, knew about a position, said, hey, there's something coming open. That's how connections happen. So you guys, if you know something, spread the word. You never know how things might end up, you know. So alhamdulillah, that little comment in a class X amount of years ago has allowed her to be in this. That's how I got the position at Duke University too. It was just some students said, hey, there's something opening up, you should apply, and I did. So now,
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So what would encourage? Because I've been in your class before. I know I didn't finish the homework. I know that's my claim to infame. But it was exciting. I enjoyed having you as a professor. You kind of force people to think. So, you know, kind of this show was inspired by that, to think about it. And what would a Muslim student or any student of any faith expect if they said, okay, I'm gonna come to Howard University and study under this program developed by Dr. Zainab Alwani. I get to take some classes with her and be under that tutelage. What could they expect if they came there?
It's really, as you said, critical thinking is one of the objective, I guess. It's just to invite the students to read, to understand, to also, after that, my goal is it's a life experience. It's just to give them and provide them with the tools, how they understand their life. What's the framework? What's the world view in their position? Whether Christians, most of my students are Christians there. I have a few Muslims, but
did you guys hear that? Most of her students are Christian, taking these Islamic studies classes.
Yes, yes, and I can see that transformation every day when I enter the class. Whether I'm teaching Quran or I'm teaching women and family, or I'm teaching maybe Islam in America, African studies, or anything that related to. I have also ethics. That class was very also famous. Dialogue with the Christians. At the end of the class, you will see that all the students are trained to lead and organize dialogue for the community and invite them to come and discuss different issues by the choice of the students themselves. So it's always the active, I think, part is important for the students, and dialoguing with the teacher, with the professor, but at the same time, from the beginning, the Islamic worldview, that's what I present from the beginning. I always use the Quran, and I teach my students to make sure the Quran is one of the top of their references when they write papers, when they do research, when they go for interviewing Muslims. That's what they have, and and my reward is just when I see that a kind of transformative person in my class at that time, at that moment, that when they connect with the Quran itself. They're Christians. I'm not saying they're Muslims. And even with Muslims, I notice the same. So the other thing is, one story that it's just one out of many.
One out of many.
course.
Let's hear it.
One lady, she was very conservative, quiet, polite Christian woman. She used to work in her church. She's very active there. And one day she wrote me a short paper, and she said, this class changed my view about life. And let me...
Not about Islam, about life.
About life.
Okay.
And she said, my son came with his girlfriend, and I didn't like her, and I don't want my son to even associate with her or something. Taking this class and discussing all kinds of issues, it changed my view about humanity, about persons. So I decided to talk to her, to give her a chance, and I invited her with my son to come to my house. And after a while, I really go back to myself, and I said, why do I reject this woman? Let me open my heart, and maybe she will really have a good relationship with me and with my son. And later, in fact, she said, I decided even to let them sit and live with me because they couldn't find an apartment or something, and they got married.
Really?
And during that time. And she came to me after that. She said, I want really to say thank you.
Wow.
So this is not only about me as Christians or Muslims, but as a human being, as a person herself. So, and other people, they change even, they said Islam is really the religion of discipline, and they changed even their view about God and how they connect with God.
Did you find that some students, maybe, I don't know if they would reveal this or not, but that some students kind of take the class thinking that they were going to find so much conflict in Islam, and that they heard this on the media, and they say, okay, well, let me study this weird religion, and I'm going to get a lot of information to use at my church or something like that. Did anybody join the class with like negative plans? Yeah.
Yeah. It's I have all kinds of people, and
are those normally the ones looking at you like this in class?
No, I give them a chance to express themselves if the first day. Tell me more about Islam. What do you know? What would you like to learn in this class or something? But then at least one word or something, a statement or something that indicates this. But at the almost after maybe 5 classes, that person will come to me and tell me this. So it's amazing, and that's what I'm saying. It's just watching people, because people really, I see the good in people, and it's just we as Muslims also, we have a responsibility, and this responsibility is to how to present this religion, this beautiful faith, to people, and let them decide for themselves what to take from this. How do they understand? It doesn't mean that you have to be a Muslim or something, but just give them a chance to understand in a holistic way, in an honest way, rather than just depend on the media and the negative views about Islam.
So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about female scholarship in Islam, and also a variety of Qur'ans, and get the doctor's input on that. So don't go anywhere. Come back. You're listening to Think About It with Joshua Salaam. I'm your host, and with our guest, Dr. Zainab Alwani. And we want to thank pennyappealusa.org for bringing this all to you. So check them out. Watch this video. It's going to tell you a lot about how you can give a few pennies and help so many people. Be right back.
Since August 25th of this year, over 600,000 individuals have fled from Myanmar into bordering Bangladesh. They've witnessed crimes against humanity. The United Nations calls what happened in Myanmar textbook definition of genocide, textbook definition of ethnic cleansing. We've been here for the last few months, providing them with access to clean drinking water, providing them with access to primary healthcare services, helping them build their shelters, as well as giving them weekly food distributions. We can't fathom what they've witnessed. The ones that have arrived into Bangladesh are the lucky ones. They're now residing in between the 22 to 25 official refugee camps that have now been established. With your continued support, we want to secure their future. We want to stay for the foreseeable future so that we can dig more water wells, so that we can provide them with more medication and more medical advice, so that we can help build more shelters, especially with the winter coming and the cold setting in. Please visit our website to find out more about our work and to support us with your generous donations. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for staying there to watch the rest of the show. We are back with Think About It. I'm your host, Joshua Salaam. I have the wonderful guest, Dr. Zainab Alwani, in studio, and this has been brought to you by Penny Appeal, pennyappealusa.org. Now, we're about to get into it. The question that I have right now that I'm about to pose to her is, what's up with the lack of respect for female scholarship? For those who don't know, a Muslim male scholar comes into town. I'm not going to mention any names, but everybody gets excited. Everybody crowds around. A female scholar comes into town of equal or greater knowledge, and people aren't that interested. And so one thing that happened was they had their own conference. I don't know if you guys have ever been to it, but it was like female scholars. I forget, what was it called? But it was just all female scholars. It was like, forget the men. We're doing our own thing. And so I want to ask you, like, why is that? Why do you think it? I have my own thoughts on why that is, but two questions. Do you agree? Have you experienced that in growing up and seeing, scholars come around and a lot of powerhouse female scholars that people don't even know about? And two, why do you think it is, if you have seen it?
Okay, I'll go back to my, way how my father himself raised us, both my sister and I. I think it was also part of, he was a scholar himself, but he noticed this. It's not only about lectures and being in town and all these things, but even with that scholarship, the publications, the opinion of a female scholar, someone like Sayyida Aisha radiallahu anha, and many other female scholars historically that they were known for their scholarship, but you can notice that maybe their opinion will be taken in different ways, but it's not that well known or within the Islamic scholarship. So from the beginning, I think my father raised us to be scholars, and no matter to challenge that kind of a status quo or something in a way, specifically with this, but with knowledge, with respect, with understanding, with respecting any scholarship, whether it comes from male or female, as long as you provide the evidences, your argument is strong, you base it on the Quran and Sunnah, and of course the experience of life. We were raised to be there, to have a seat in any
And for those who
scholarship.
don't know, her father is Sheikh Taha Jabir Alwani, and he's written many books. I think he started the Fiqh Council.
Yes,
right?
he's
One of the founders.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes. So, so at the, he warned us, and even when I came to the Fiqh Council itself and other organizations, Muslim organizations, not only one organization. So everywhere you go, as a Muslim woman, you have to expect some challenges, as whether your opinion will be taken in consideration, or your action, or how you present yourself, how you present that
But
organization.
why is that? I mean, our first teachers are our mothers normally, right? So why are we intimidated by female scholarship? Why would somebody have to warn you that that's what's going to happen if you're going to these circles?
I guess it's a culture that, and with that type of culture, it's established for a long time. Of course, it has its own also bases and foundations, but in this, and this is the point, that we have to always, even as a scholars, to highlight the issues that are really causing problems and challenges, not only for women and men, but for the entire society. So one of the main issue that we have to always make that balance. I'm not saying that, okay, for the female to be always there and males. No, how to bring that balance between that relationship between males and females, between husband and wife, between the girls and boys. And so it takes a culture. It's the entire culture. Is the mother, and also who teaches her children how to balance this relationship. So it's not always the boy is there and the girl has to do certain things or some, but how to make sure that every member of the society, every male and female, they have the space for them to grow healthy in a holistic way, that they understand themselves, they understand what they want, and also their mission, their objectives in life, and their role.
All right. Am I hearing you say that it starts with in the home, that the parents and maybe that community that family lives in has to make sure that they give equal access to the females and the males for learning? And even before that, like, what is the vision for that child?
Yes.
Do you see them going down that path, or is this path only for men and the woman vision is like expected to do something else? And so you have to kind of create that vision for young children to say, you will be a great female scholar. That's what you said your father was doing.
Yes, my father, that's what my father did. Yes, all the time. We are three, one boy and two girls. We used to help him in his research and finding a hadith and the verses of the Quran. He taught us the meaning of shura, the meaning of mutual consultation to the end of his life. He always consulted all of us and give us that space and respect and understanding, each one that will provide a unique view and unique perspective on different issues in life. It's not only about this one. When you hear the male perspective, the female perspective will bring something different and something to complete that view.
But perspective, like this male and female perspective, should there be a perspective? Some people argue it's just the Islamic perspective. What do you mean this male perspective? So when I get into talking about these Qur'ans, and we're running out of time, I have to bring you back on the show. Oh my God. Anyway, there's only one Qur'an here, and only one Qur'an that I know of that's been translated by a female. I don't know how good it is or bad it is, but when I bring this up to Muslim students, they're like, what? There's a Qur'an translated by a female? I didn't know that. So why is it important to have this other perspective?
Because the other all of us, when you just sit in a discussion or dialogue or something, you hear all kinds of people are speaking about the same issue, but gives you new views about that issue, because it's from your side, maybe you just see that window, but the other person can see from the other side of the issue. And the male and female, we have, of course, different background, different views about things, how you were raising in the same, maybe the same environment, but you have different experience. So life experience is different, way how to think, on the how you that's how God created us.
But
we are unique, and
I brought this up to a brother.
Okay.
And he told me, Joshua, you know, the Muslim scholarship is 1,000 years old. The scholars have looked at it from every single angle, from that side of the window, this side of the window, on the bottom, top. It's done. Why are you trying to say like we need this type of perspective now? What would you say to that?
Oh, subhanallah.
You should have saw your eyes.
Yeah,
like, he said what?
Subhanallah. It's just so it means this Quran was revealed to specific generation, or it's a universal until the end of the time. So if it's universal, so it means that everyone has the right to read the Quran, contemplate, bring their own perspectives and think about it, and all these things. So why? Because we have to live it. And if I live the book of God, and how do you live it? It means you have to understand it. You have to experience it. You have to bring that experience to other people. So it's for every generation. We have the responsibility. I will not say a right, but I will say responsibility for all of us to have that conversation with the Quran, to bring it the new understanding and new experiences, because we live in different environment. It's different than 1400 years or 700 years or something. It's different than
even 100 years.
100 years, yeah. It's different. Our children and grandchildren will live in a different maybe experiences. So they need, and that's the beauty of the Quran. Is for all mankind and humankind, and to all minds. So in this case, yes, we learn from the previous experience. We read and we study, we analyze it, we use some, and we maybe some other knowledge or something will not be used at this time. But it does not mean that that's it, we ended there. No. We have dialogue with the previous experiences of a human. That's what the Quran teaches us. The first surah, in fact, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. It's a new maybe concept, that the combining the two readings, the reading of the creation for people to read and understand and contemplate the creation of God. And the second ayah in Surah 96, which is the first surah, was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, is to read that accumulation of knowledge, human knowledge, that based on that dialogue between the prophets, messengers, and humanity and people. So the wahi, or the revelation, creates that kind of invites people to read and study and understand, and continue that seeking knowledge from the different, of course, perspective. And that's why it does not stop until the Day of Judgment. And that's why Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said even at the end, even when you hear that the Day of Judgment is there, and you still are planting the small, I think, palm tree. And the palm tree, of course, it takes time to grow. do it. It means we have to continue to seek knowledge.
Whew. You see, that Dr. Zainab came alive, you know, when you start talking about the Quran, as she's in it. So I hope that y'all, if y'all didn't learn anything else, I think her message was, it's less of a right, it's a responsibility that each and every one of us has to open up that Quran and read it and reflect about it and think about it. And that's what I want, at least you guys take away from the show, in addition to all that other things, and you can see the power of female scholarship. We're not done yet, but that was a lot. But we're still not done yet. We're coming back after this break with pennyappealusa.org to think about it with Joshua Salaam and our guest, Dr. Zainab Alwani. Be right back.
The cycle of poverty is vicious. It traps families for generations, making it impossible to break free. We started Penny Appeal USA to break that cycle, to ensure that families are able to live their lives without the burden of the past weighing them down and preventing them from a brighter future. We have a multi-pronged approach. Solve the problems families are facing today while working on long-term sustainable solutions for their future. This Ramadan, join our mission to end cyclical poverty. Visit pennyappealusa.org/Ramadan and donate today. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Joshua Salaam, and you are back with Think About It. And it's brought to you by Penny Appeal, and you can read more about them at pennyappealusa.org. But today, we have Dr. Zainab Alwani in the studio. And you heard it. If you didn't hear it, go back and watch the last segment. It was some good stuff. She was getting at it with the Quran and the Islamic Studies program at Howard University and how that all happened. But now it's time for me to win, as we do almost every week in this amazing game. I don't even know what the game's called, but I saw it on television one time and I liked it. So you ready? We told you how the game works and everything?
Yeah. Try.
Okay, all right. So my clue for you is airline.
Airline. Plane.
No, he's supposed to get a button that not working. Anyway, no, that wasn't it. Your turn.
Okay. Something.
You only get one word.
One word.
Yeah.
Walking on.
It just sounded like you about to give me a paragraph. It's like it's something like from the
okay.
tradition of.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Walk on. Yeah.
Walk on.
Yeah.
That's two words now.
Oh my God. Okay.
But we'll stay there. Walk on water.
No.
No. Oh, you got the bet. What about her?
It's good.
She didn't get it
Thank
right
you.
either.
Thank you.
Stuff for the life. I get it. Thank you. Okay. The first clue was airline. Second clue is attendant.
Travel?
Ha! No, that's incorrect.
Okay.
Man, we are stuck on the first words. Okay. Your turn. Same word.
Same word. It's.
And your first clue was walk on.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next clue?
Walk on. Different colors.
You keep giving me two words. You know, you only get one.
It's hard.
You only get one word.
It's a simple word, but it's hard to describe.
Okay, because your doctor is Zainab Alwani, I'll give you these allowances.
Okay, thank you.
But only one word, all right?
Okay.
Walk on different colors. Okay. Walk on different colors. Walk on different colors. It's a simple word.
Yeah.
Walk on. I would say nobody walks on the rainbow. So we're gonna say grass.
Almost there.
Ah, okay. I'm almost
Almost there.
All right, all right. Okay, I gave you airline. I gave you attendant. Southwest.
Fly. Just a minute. Flight.
Yes! Give it to me. Yeah,
Thank you.
all right. That's one.
Okay.
Your turn.
So you won?
Yes, yes. I was. I'm sorry. I mean, all the scholars point that out, that when you get it wrong, I win.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's the way the game is designed.
It's a very weird game. It's okay.
Maybe it's not halal. But no.
I don't know about halal. Okay. Try to. It's
Just
okay.
one word.
One more.
Now, so far I have
Try.
walk on
Yeah.
and different colors.
Yeah. Available.
Available. Walk on, different colors, available.
It's it's like you said a grass.
I
the
said,
last
oh yeah, that's right. I
time.
said grass, and you
Yeah.
said that was so close. Because I was
Yes.
about to say bachelor, men that get walked on, but they're
Yeah,
available of
yeah,
different
yeah.
colors. That's a joke. All right, but let's see here.
Please know this. Okay.
Okay, grass. Flowers? Am I moving away from the grass was closer than flowers?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
keep the grass.
I think I got it next time.
Okay.
I think I got it next time. Yes, I think I got it next time.
Okay.
Okay, my second word is, my second clue. Yes, this is my second word, but the first clue. Grocery.
Grocery. Store.
Okay, it's a good guess.
Far.
Good guess.
Far away.
No, it's a good guess. Okay, I almost want to say it, but I'll let you give me another clue.
No,
because I could get it
just say
wrong.
Yeah,
So give me another clue.
Oh my God, with the clue. Okay. What else?
Walk on, different colors, and the last one
Available.
was available.
Everywhere.
Dirt. Or
Come on.
it's not dirt, but it's something like dirt, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Available everywhere. Walk on, different colors. Available
Yeah,
everywhere.
come on. Everywhere.
Okay. First clue was grocery. Next clue is plastic.
Grocery, plastic. What? Plastic. Okay. It sounds like what? Home Depot or
Home Depot?
or Walmart.
No problem. You'll get it next time.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I need to get this word.
Yes, please.
Walk on, different colors, available. It was so close to grass that you wanted to say yeah. Then you said available everywhere.
Yeah.
Then I said dirt, and you're like, it's somewhere between grass and dirt.
No, it's not grass and dirt, but it's something that
Okay, so give me another clue.
the opposite of ceiling. That's
Floor.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I wish I said this at the beginning.
Well, you can't use that many words, but that's first round. No problem. All right.
I changed the game.
You changed the game. MashaAllah. See, that's the sister's perspective.
Exactly.
Just change the rules, Make it work.
If it doesn't work.
If it doesn't work, make it work. Okay. Grocery. Paper. Oh, okay. Plastic, now paper. Those are my 3 clues. Grocery, plastic, and now paper.
Is it aisle? And okay.
Paper aisle? No,
Yeah.
no problem. I got it next time. Next word, I'm on it.
You said
Okay.
paper, okay. This is something that you find. Oh,
Just one.
one word. Okay. Old buildings.
Ya Allah. Are you trying to hyphenate everything? Old buildings
Yeah. So
is 2 words.
So I win.
Okay. Old buildings. Museum.
No.
Okay. Carry. Grocery, plastic, paper, carry.
Grocery store.
You said store. Hey, she says store already. So
Yes,
that's,
store.
no, it's not store.
Grocery. Grocery. No, it's not store.
It's not store. But you guessed store before. That's how I get another guess.
So again, it's a
Grocery, plastic, paper, carry.
Okay, it's a plastic bag.
Yes. Alhamdulillah. All right. Thank you.
You won.
I won.
Okay.
I'm winning. I
Okay.
haven't won. I'm
Okay.
winning.
We said okay. So you said old
What was
building.
it? Oh, old buildings. Yes.
Now it's stone.
Coliseum. But that was a good guess.
It's
Coliseum,
good,
old buildings.
it's
No.
good, it's good.
Okay. Next word. Rock.
Rock. Okay. Mountain.
No. You know, it doesn't matter. This last word, no matter how good I am, I don't think I'm going to get it. So I think you'll catch up, especially with your style of.
I'm giving more. clues.
Okay, so old buildings and stone, and it's not Coliseum. What's my
Tall.
next? Tall. Old buildings, stone, and tall.
Or high.
Yeah, but skyscrapers aren't made from stone. Old building. An old building that's tall and stone. Kaaba?
No. It's old buildings, like
okay.
in old buildings.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I
Yeah,
think I
so
got
next
it next
time
time.
maybe.
Yeah. So I said rock. You said mountain. I think. Pebble.
Oh, lake,
No. No.
rock, pebble.
Water.
Wave.
Water would have been a
Waves.
clue for that.
Yeah,
No. Just go. Your turn. I think I got it now, though.
Okay.
But give me a clue just to make sure.
Yeah.
Old buildings, stone, tall, and it's inside of old buildings, is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Okay. Would you say that steel is a clue? No? Okay. Try to help.
The shape. Oh God. Okay. It's used for beautiful, yeah.
Beautiful.
Ancient.
Ancient. Statue?
Almost. It's
So it's close
something. It's yeah. So
to rock, pebble, Wow, I didn't think this one was going to be hard.
I said lake. You said no.
No. Concrete. Rock, pebble, concrete. Oh, I know the word I should have used. Okay, next time.
Okay, use it.
Brick.
Brick. What?
Rock, pebble, brick.
Waterfalls.
You like water. Mashallah.
Yeah, I do.
But
But it seems
no,
like it's not word.
it's not there.
What the last word you said?
Brick.
Brick. Okay.
It's okay. With ancient, beautiful.
Yes.
Inside old
Please.
buildings,
Yeah,
tall.
not inside, yeah, outside.
Outside.
Yeah, tall, high, beautiful.
Like a minaret?
It's almost. We don't. Yeah.
Steeple? What?
No.
What is
no,
the
no.
word? Just tell me the word.
Should I say?
Yes, just tell me the word.
Tower.
Tower.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Tower?
I didn't give
Okay,
you
what
the
other words do you
word.
have? Because we've run out of time. What other words did you have?
Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's good. Alhamdulillah. Goat.
Goat. What would you have said for goat?
Animal.
Lamb? Maybe?
Lamb.
Give me closer.
Lamb, yeah.
What would you have said for subconscious? That was the word I knew I was not going to get. Subconscious.
What?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's just like inside you.
Yeah.
No.
Secret voices.
Secret voices.
Oh, with your style, could have said secret voices.
Yeah, with
mashallah.
my style. Company, shahada. Shahada is okay, but goat, I don't know about.
No? Well,
Lamb
thank you
is good.
for agreeing to play. I know this
It's very
difficult and
it's
out
not
of
easy.
box, but so is her education. If you go to Howard University and study under Dr. Zainab Alwani, she's going to teach you how to think outside the box, but within the box of the Quran. So sign up, learn more about her. What's a good website they can go to read about you?
I have my own website, ZainabAlwani.com, and Howard, of course, School of Divinity.
You got your own website.
Yes.
I got to get one of those.
And I have another one, maybe if they want to read about orphan care project.
Okay.
That's also another project I'm working on.
All right. You heard it here. Thank you for tuning in with Think About It. Hey, if you want any guests to come back, because you can't really get everything that you need from a scholar in 20, 30 minutes. But if you want somebody to come back, just let us know. Email us at info@deen.tv or put a comment in the chat, in the Facebook or the YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, but we've run out of time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You've been watching Think About It with Joshua Salaam. Today our host was Dr. Zainab Alwani, and it's all brought to you by pennypeel.usa. pennypeelusa.org. Assalamu alaikum.
This Dean TV video was made possible in part by Penny Appeal USA, Small Change, Big Difference, and by Recycle Processes Incorporated.